Hello and welcome to another video tutorial. Today I wanted to share with you my thoughts on the new Jenni Bowlin inks. I just got these in literally yesterday. They're so new that I haven't even labeled the sides of them yet, and I'm really excited to start playing with them. But first I wanted to show you some color comparisons so that you can get a feeling for what colors they are and if they'll fit well in your stash. I know not everybody can afford to buy all of the Jenni Bowlin inks, and especially if you're just getting started stamping, you may want to pick and choose which inks work best with your stash and which inks are your favorite colors. So I decided to make up this little quick video that shows you these inks in comparison to other inks you may have seen in person or even have in your own stash. So first I'm going to start out with the Lavender Sachet, and this is their new purple color. And I've created these little sheets right here with all the different colors that I'm going to be testing. And I'm going to use these 3 silhouettes from Hero Arts. This is LP195, and I'm going to use one of these girls for each one of the colors. And I'm just going to lay out my little rag here so that I can clean in between inkings so the colors don't get contaminated. Alright, so first I'm going to start out by showing you the Lavender Sachet. And this ink pad's pretty juicy, so I don't really need to ink it that much, but here we go. So we have this nice bright purple color. Then we have the Victorian Velvet Distress ink. Now these aren't formulated exactly like the Jenni Bowlin inks, but I wanted to give that color comparison. So they're going to be a little bit blotchy because they're not really meant for this, you know, clean and simple style stamping. But that's okay. I figured it would help give you the color comparison. This is Milled Lavender. And this is Dusty Concord. So you can see the Milled Lavender is rather close to the Lavender Sachet, but the Lavender Sachet definitely has more pigment in it. And then this is Wisteria from Colorbox. And this is a really juicy ink pad, so I barely even need to touch it to the ink pad. And that's a really pretty color. So that's pretty close to the Lavender Sachet as well. But I definitely am liking this color. I also wanted to bring out some cardstock to compare it to. So I brought out 2 colors of paper tray ink cardstock that are relatively close to this color. And we have Lavender Moon and Plum Pudding. So you can see it's pretty close in between these two. It has a little bit more blue in it. It's a little bit brighter. But I think you'll still be able to use the Lavender Moon and Lavender Sachet on the same card without it clashing too much. So let's move on to the Speckled Egg. Next we have the Speckled Egg, and I'm just going to ink up this stamp with it and stamp down. And you'll see again, this is on par with the amount of pigment that is in the Lavender Sachet ink. It's very bright and bold. And this is Tumbled Glass in comparison. This is Broken China. This is Cerulean, a Hero Hues chalk ink. And this is Soap Powder, a Jenni Bowlin ink color that is being retired. And this is what Speckled Egg is replacing, essentially. So you can see here that Speckled Egg is very similar to Tumbled Glass and Broken China. And I think it'll be a really nice addition to my collection because I really enjoy this color. Now let's compare it to some cardstock. We have Hawaiian Shores, Spring Rain, and Aqua Mist. And as you can see here, none of the colors match very closely. So I'm definitely going to be looking for something that matches a little bit closer. And actually, I have an idea. I think some of the new Hero Arts cardstock might match this. This is from their Pool line. And it looks like it's a little bit too teal for the speckled egg. But it's okay, I will keep looking for something that matches perfectly and let you know as soon as I find it. The Hawaiian Shores is a pretty close match though. So let's move on to the weather vane. Alright, not so many colors to compare on this one because I don't have any gray inks, but I have a few to compare to, so hopefully this will give you a frame of reference. I have the weather vane, which is a nice neutral gray, not too blue, not too yellow. So that's kind of nice. We have pumice stone, distress ink, which is definitely a more brownish gray. We have weathered wood, distress ink, which is a more bluish gray. And then we have London Fog Memento ink. And that is a pretty close match. This one is a little bit more yellow. I think the weather vane is a little bit more blue. So it really just depends on which one you like better and which one suits your project. I also have punched out a piece of Smoky Shadow cardstock from Paper Tray ink. And as you can see, and as I could tell just from the packaging, it's a little bit dark. I'm still on the lookout for a good, nice 50% neutral gray. And hopefully I'll stumble upon one time. I wanted to give you a comparison to some Copics too, since I have these in gray. This is T6. It's a little bit too dark. And this is T4. So that's pretty close to the London Fog, but once again, these toners are a little bit more brown than the weather vane is actually. So here are the 3 different charts together, and I hope this gives you a good idea of what color the new Jenni Bowlin colors are. I'm really excited to use them on a card, and I think I'm going to use all 3 of them together because I think these 3, this purple, the blue, and the gray, definitely go together pretty well, and the gray will act as a nice neutral color. So I'm going to get playing with these, and hopefully I'll have a card to share with you in just a few minutes. Okay, so I'm back with my finished card, and here's what I came up with using the 3 new inks. And I used the large fabric background stamp, the classic fabric design stamp, both from Hero Arts, and I did the large one as the aqua, and then the more detailed smaller one for the lavender sachet, and then I cut out the alphabet from Quinn's ABCs to spell it thank you. And I added some glossy accents on top of those, as you can see. And then I added some buttons from Hero Arts, and I put it all onto some Smoky Shadow cardstock from Paper Tray ink. Another tip I wanted to share is for the edges of the letters, you can see here that I cut them out, but I wanted to make sure that the cream cardstock didn't show through on the sides. So I went around with my London Fog Memento marker because the colors are close enough where it definitely covers up the edges and makes it look really nice and professional. So I'll have a link to this on my blog post for today. And of course you can see all the supplies and a link to every supply I used on this card over at my blog, brittaswiderski.com. And I hope you've enjoyed seeing this look at the new Jenni Bowlin inks. Here's a picture of the finished card. And here's a close-up. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you again next time.